Because here's the strat. So in places like Michigan last time, Trump won by an average of 2 votes in each voting place. Like, that's how narrow the vote was, right? And election day, early voting is when Democrats voted. Election day is when Republicans vote. This is also why I don't give a fuck about the polls today. The polls are narrowing, but I literally don't care because it's literally just like Republicans enthusiastic about voting and like the way exit polls are done. For example, when I voted, the way exit polls were done were literally just, like, I hate to sound like a Trumpy, but I care about the polls previously. I don't care about today's polls. The way exit polls are done is people just walk up voluntarily. Like, they don't poll a random sample size. Just people walk up voluntarily to the exit pollster, and then the exit pollster writes down who they vote. And of course, all these fucking Trumpies, horny as hell to vote for their fucking god, go and tell the fucking pollster that they just voted, and that just makes it seem like it's an over-predominant Republican win. So we already have 80% of the votes casted. Most of the, like, early voting and mail-in voting is Democrat. And people who voted mail-in in the last week, or maybe even today, we won't know their results for about a week, and they could tip the election. And Trump knows this. So what he's saying, and Trump also knows that all of his supporters are voting today in person, so it could make it look like he won. So what he's saying is, I'm not going to wait for the mail-in ballots to come in. I'm just going to go off today's results. So, is he allowed to do that? No. But no one's going to stop him. Maybe the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court already ruled against him. The Supreme Court ruled on Pennsylvania ballots. Because the Supreme Court extended when mail-in ballots could be accepted until next week. I convinced my family to vote for Trump. Please die. Did you keep your sticker? No, I don't think I did. Actually, maybe I did. Actually, I think I did. So, in PA, actually, I'm very hopeful because a lot of my friends live in PA, and even in the hick-ass areas of PA, people are voting blue. Like, all of my friends who are, like, generally right-wing voted for Biden. And my mom said that there were a lot of young people at the polls today. I'm literally not worried about polls anymore. Can you explain what would happen? Trump calls an early victory. Like, would that change anything? Trump calls an early victory. The Biden campaign contested in the Supreme Court. And we see from there. Let's see the Supreme Court mail-in ballot voting. This is... Okay, let's see. Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Sorry, I'm having an aneurysm trying to read this. Like, every single channel is covering the election. You will have no problem finding a channel that's covering the election. Who did I watch last election cycle? NBC, I think. NBC is what I watched in 2016. And so this is what's fucked, right? So in Wisconsin, the Supreme Court ruled in Wisconsin that mail-in ballots must be received by Election Day. So that gives Trump a huge advantage. But then, and John Roberts sided with the conservative side of the court there. In Pennsylvania, the opposite. Ballots can be taken in 3 days after the election. Roberts... Actually, it was a tie, so then the extension just stayed. The lower ruling stayed. North Carolina, mail-in ballots can arrive up to 9 days after the election. Now, that was a 4-3. Roberts side with... So the thing is that Roberts has been the one to go from. So the Supreme Court was 4-4, right? Split, I think. And Roberts is what decides the votes. That's why Roberts, some days he'll go side with the conservative side. But now there's fucking Barrett. And Barrett had abstained from voting on these. But let's say Trump declares himself president and disregards the ballots. Joe Biden contests this. Barrett might actually end up voting in that situation if it goes to the Supreme Court. And then that would make Trump the president again. Because, in the situation of Bush and Gore, the Supreme Court handed Bush the election. So in the 21st century, in the 21st century, no Republican has won their first election with majority support. Republicans haven't won a popular vote since 2004. Do you trust the polls? Generally, I trust 538's last standing. I don't trust today's exit polls because it's just Trumpies going out to vote today in person. And exit polls are self-reported. So I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what today's polls have to say. I'm not paying attention to them. I better wear this in public. It might be the last day I can. When do you think we'll know the results? It just depends on what the fuck Trump does today. If Trump thinks that it's in his best interest to declare himself president today, we'll know the results today. Well, we won't know the results, but we'll know the outcome, let's say. Like, here's the thing. So in 2016, I went to my local university for all of the debates where my mom works. And then the election night, and it's like in a small area, so there's a bunch of fucking hicks, right? Election night, we were all watching the election, and polls close at 7 p.m., right? So only after 7 p.m. do you really, like, pay attention to anything. And exit polls first start coming in, and what happens is they report the cities first, right? So at, like, some point, like, even Texas had gone blue for, like, half a second. We were like, oh, my God, Hillary's going to destroy him. And when I went so that was up until, like, 10 p.m. I had school the next day, obviously. Yeah. And then about 10 p.m., I head back home. It's, like, narrowing, but it still doesn't seem like Trump's going to be president. But then, we're listening to the radio on the way home, and then it's, like, getting real. It's like, oh, shit, Trump might win this. And then it's like, oh, shit, actually, Trump has the leverage over Hillary now. Then I go to bed, I'm still thinking that, like, Hillary might be my president when I wake up. I turn on the news, and then it's Trump won PA, and just fuck. I feel like if I was Trump, I wouldn't want to, like, win, because I feel like he'll definitely get assassinated this time. That's also definitely going to get my live banned, but I don't give a fuck, because I'm going live on YouTube in a bit anyway. You really think he would? Well, in the business, we call it wishful thinking. If Trump loses, I think he's going to come back in 2028. 2024. Actually, I don't know. He might be old. But he's so fucking stubborn that I wouldn't expect anything less of him. And he'll still have that cult following. He'll be Biden's age. Do I think Florida will turn blue? No. I think it will be 290 Biden. If not 280. It doesn't matter which one, honestly. And Gen Z is divided as fuck because you have a bunch of foreskins. Like a bunch of reactionary little boys. The fact that the race is even close. It's not close, actually. Like, that's the funny part. As of now, it's not close at all. It's, like, detrimentally bad against Trump. It's just today's polls are like very narrow, and that's literally because Republicans vote today. No, Texas will not turn blue. Like, there's no doubt that Democrats will remain keeping the House. Like, dude, 97 in 100 chance of remaining control of the House. The Senate is 75% chance flipping blue. Like, what the fuck am I worried about, bro? Okay. So we can go through a timeline, right? So 2 a.m. All right. Election day is here. So this is the evolution of the polls. March 4th, Super Tuesday, when it was evident that Biden might be the Democratic candidate, was Trump had a 10-point lead over Biden. Trump 53%, Biden 40%. March 18th, this was when the lockdowns began. Biden 44, Trump 44, tied. After Sanders drops out, Trump 50, Biden 42. June 2nd, after George Floyd's death, this is where Trump starts to get fucked. Biden 4-point lead. June 30th. Holy shit, dude. I wish the election was June 30th. That would be so good. How much is this? 7, 40, 50, 60. June 30th, 27% lead by Biden. July 15th, 28% lead by Biden. August 17th, 15% lead by Biden. The RNC flipped a lot of people. The RNC made a lot of people like Trump. So, it's really fucked Biden. On August 28th, it goes Biden 50, Trump 45. After the first debate, Biden 61, Trump 39. After the second debate, Biden 65, Trump 33. Like, Joe Biden, okay? Joe Biden has been progressively having a higher chance. Like, polling better ever since the debates. Like, he's on an upward trend. Right now, 8 a.m. This is from today, right? The polls have opened in many states. Odds to win the presidency have remained stable. Joe Biden, 61% chance. Trump, 38% chance. At 9 a.m., Biden, 63% chance. It increases. Donald Trump, 36% chance. 10 a.m., Biden, 64% chance. Trump, 35% chance. Once again, up. I think this is a betting website also. I'm not sure though. Biden, 11:45, 67% chance. Up again. Trump, 33. 12:50, the last update, 25 minutes ago. Biden, 68% chance. So 25 minutes ago, Biden's best odds to win all race. We're talking since March 4th, when he was the presumptive nominee. Now, I'm not sure if this is a general election or electoral college. I'm pretty sure it's an electoral college thing. Yeah. So. Now, on certain swing states, Trump's odds to win are on the rise. Like, as of noon, odds shift towards Trump. In Florida, Iowa, Ohio, and Texas increase in the morning. He's gaining traction in Arizona. Biden still has a hefty lead in Pennsylvania. He has a lead in North Carolina. He has a lead in Arizona. Trump leads in Florida, Georgia, Iowa by a shit ton. Holy fuck. In Texas and Ohio. But that doesn't really matter. What Biden needs is Michigan, which, like, at this point, 6-point lead. Like, no one gives a fuck. Wisconsin, same thing. Pennsylvania is really what it's going to come down to. Like, that's the state. You guys should stop thinking that Ohio or Florida would have gone blue. So, like, this is perfectly in line with the polls. 2 days ago, Biden had a narrow lead in Pennsylvania, and a narrow, loss, I suppose is the word, in Florida. So, like, I don't really care. Also, Trump's lead in Florida has been narrowing for a month now. Until January 3rd. No, that's not true. The fuck? Well, I'm reading a Washington Post article right now. Shit. Okay. Yeah, the Electoral College is fucking stupid, dude. Holy shit. So, I'm just gonna end this because I'm hungry as fuck. So.